The name of the module is General Characteristics of Pteridophytes. Myself, Ms. Prachi Verenikar, Assistant Professor, Government College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Sankalan, Goa. In this module, we are going to deal with Introduction to Pteridophytes and also General Characters of Pteridophytes. At the end of this module, you will be able to explain in general the different characteristics of Pteridophytes. Pteridophytes occupy the intermediate position in between the bryophytes on one hand and the phanerogams on the other. They possess certain combinations of major characters which are not found in bryophytes or in phanerogams. Most characteristic features of pteridophytes is the presence of independent gametophyte and sporophyte at maturity. The meaning of the term pteridophyte is pteron means feathers and phyton means plants. That means this plant resembles to that of the feathers. Pteridophytes are also known as vascular cryptogams is because of the presence of well-developed vascular systems and they do not produce any flowers and seeds. The pteridophytes comprises over 300 genera and about 12,000 species. They are spore-bearing vascular plants and distinguished from other cryptogams by the possession of vascular tissues, that is xylem and phloem. All pteridophytes have a sporophytic plant body rather than gametophytic. The sporophytic plant body is composed of roots, stem and leaves. Moving on to the general characteristics of the pteridophytes, the first character is habit. The plants vary from small-sized annuals to a large tree-like perennials. The small-sized annuals includes Azolla and Salvinia, and the large tree-like perennials includes Angiopteris. The images of Azolla and Angiopteris are shown on the slide. The second character is habitat. They occur in variety of habitats. Mostly they are terrestrial plants which are well grown in abundant moisture and shaded places. Some grow in xerophytic conditions. Some are found in aquatic environments while some are epiphytic in nature. The next character is plant body. The plant body is sporophytic in all the pteridophytes. The sporophyte develops from the zygote. Most of the pteridophytes have herbaceous stem except some woody ferns. The sporophytic plant body is composed of roots, stem and leaves. The primitive members lack true roots and well-developed leaves. Primary roots are short-lived and are soon replaced by adventitious roots. The branching in case of pteridophytes stem is dichotomous type while it is monopodial in nature. The fourth character is leaves. The sporophytic plant bears two types of leaves. The first one is microphyllous and the other is macrophyllous. The microphyllous leaves are simple, small and have a single central vein as you can see in the picture given. Macrophyllous leaves are compound, large-sized, supplied with vascular bundles. The next character is vascular system. All the vegetative organs have well-developed vascular system. The vascular system of pteridophytes is composed of xylem and phloem. Xylem is composed of tracheids and xylem parenchyma. Phloem is composed of sieve tubes and phloem parenchyma. The phloem lacks companion cells. The secondary growth does not take place in living pteridophytes because of the absence of cambium. Moving on to the next character, that is reproduction. The sporophytic plant reproduces asexually by spores. Spores are produced in sporangia. The leaf-bearing sporangia is called as sporophyll. The sporophyll which bears microspore is called as microsporophyll and the sporophyll which bears megaspore is called as megasporophyll. The image which is shown on the screen is of Selaginella strobilus, which shows the presence of microspore in the microsporangia which are present on the microsporophyll and megaspore inside megasporangia present on the megasporophyll. The development of sporangia is of two fundamental types. The first one is eusporangiate type and the other is leptosporangiate type. In case of eusporangiate type, the sporangium develops from the group of sporangial initial cells. In case of leptosporangiate type, the sporangium develops from single sporangial initial cell. The spores which are produced in the pteridophytes are usually of two different types. The first one is homospore and the other is heterospore. In case of homospore, the plant produces only single type of the spore. In case of heterospore, plant usually produces two types of spores. The smaller sized spore is called as microspore, which is present in the microsporangia, and the larger sized spores are called as megaspores, which are present in megasporangia. The next character is gametophyte. The spores germinate to produce the haploid gametophyte or prothelli. The gametophytes are usually small and insignificant structure. The sporophyte is the dominant part of the life cycle, while the gametophyte is much reduced. In the given picture, you can see the formation of the gametophyte from the spores, and from the gametophyte, the sporophytic plant body is developed. Moving on to the next character, that is the sex organs. The gametophyte or prothallus bears sex organs. Antheridia is the male sex organ and Archegonia is the female sex organ. The gametophyte which is developed from the homospore is called as monoecious, that is both the sex organs, that is Antheridia and Archegonia, are found on the same prothallus. The gametophyte which is developed from heterospore is called as dioecious, that is both the male and the female sex organ, that is Antheridia and Archegonia, are developed onto the different prothallus. Let us know about the structure of Antheridia in detail. Antheridia are embedded either wholly or partially in the tissues of the gametophyte, or they are projected from prothallus. Each antheridium is a globular structure and is composed of an outer sterile wall and inner a large number of androcytes. Each androcyte gives rise to single biflagellated or multiflagellated motile anthrozoid. Moving on to the structure of Archegonia. Each Archegonium is flask-shaped structure and is composed of a basal swollen venture and a short narrow terminal neck. The venture lies embedded in the tissue of the prothallus. The venture encloses an egg. Fertilization takes place in the venture of Archegonium. Water is necessary during the process of fertilization for the male gamete to travel to the Archegonia. The male gamete fuses with the egg to form the zygote. The next character is formation of the embryo, that is the new sporophyte. The zygote divides repeatedly to form a new sporophyte. The basal half forms foot and root, and the apical half forms the shoot. The sporophyte is dependent on the gametophyte only during its early stages. It develops into stem, roots and leaves. These are the references.